A Safe Space Podcast is a podcast that seems to be on the out. I don't know how much longer this is going to last. Lil Yachty and Mitch kind of get into it. So it started at one thing and then it snowballed just straight down the hill to the fucking gutter so quickly. It started with the 𝔓𝔦𝔑 interview. They did a podcast. Yachty was said that people were kind of mad at Yachty because it was like, yo, you're talking to your friend like disrespectful as hell, Mitch. Go to the first one.
And we should probably...
That is the first one?
This first one.
Talks to Mitch disrespectfully?
Well, you better
but the context of that
There's nothing here.
The context of the conversation is probably important because wasn't they talking about like just overall doing for yourself, like bettering yourself as a man? And Yachty was like, nigga.
They was taking the red pill?
Yeah, they was taking the red pill.
Okay.
And, you know, Mitch started talking and Yachty had to look at him and be like, nigga, I'm fucking paying your car insurance. Like,
that's a little fucked up. That is a little messed up.
That's not how it really happened, but that's...
Well, paraphrase better, nigga.
I mean,
you're making Yachty sound like an asshole.
Well, yeah, I mean...
No, Yachty was an asshole in the situation. Hold on, I'm sending it to Lauren right now.
You think he was an asshole?
I think...
I just want... Y'all have to see the energy that he had.
Yeah, if you got a link, you could put it back in a note.
I did.
Oh, okay, tough one.
It's on Twitter.
I don't know.
So this is where it started. It started on a safe space.
There you go.
But yeah, once it pulls up. Yachty disrespecting his friend in front of 𝔓𝔦𝔑. Okay. Yeah, so
I feel like what he was about to say was so important.
I don't know, but that was the context.
Yeah, that's the context. Yachty is pretty much saying, I blessed you, nigga.
Is Yachty wrong?
No.
And also when one of your homies who's lazy as fuck is talking about, man, if you young, go get a job. But the niggas never had a job.
And you never moved that way when you were down in bad.
And then the video that we're about to play where he says, you know, how much money he allegedly invested in this nigga. It's like, yeah, you can look at a nigga like... You can look at a nigga like, yo, like, what the fuck is you talking about?
Yeah.
Like, you've never had a job.
All right, so yeah. Yachty just... This is all on Yachty's birthday, too, on top of that.
Yeah, this is...
Which is even more kind of funny because he's, like, crashing out on his 27th birthday.
It's probably why he cried, right?
He's
because
like,
there was a lot of emotions.
he's losing a best friend.
Sounds like that natural.
The whole caribou thing is happening. All this is happening simultaneously.
Do y'all think... Yeah, caribou. Do y'all think Mitch should have, like, said something on Twitter?
Yeah, because everybody on Twitter ran with this nigga's an asshole, and Mitch didn't say anything, even though that was how they joke. You know, it's always interesting when niggas joke really disrespectful with each other, and it's like the world be like, this is not cool.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because I feel like that's even what like the fake community, just like the West Coast niggas do. It's like what they do shit. We see the other person react, and we're like, okay, that's a justified reaction. You did some fuck shit.
Yeah.
Or you said some fuck shit, but then your reply is, but that's how we play. It's like
West Coast.
Obviously, that's
West
not.
Coast, like, it depends on the nigga with them niggas.
Yeah.
Like, it's like if they're their brother, their members.
But still, their
like,
level of play around is always like a violation of like somebody.
Yeah.
Which is kind of crazy to me.
Yeah, like
but
something
apparently
that get
that's
you
how,
shot other places.
Yeah, but apparently that's how they play. Whatever.
Yeah, like they're
and apparently
like,
that's how Yachty and Mitch play, he said.
And I felt like, I mean, they wasn't playing. I felt like just Yachty was trying to get this Mitch. I felt like Yachty was just like annoyed with like the lying. You know what I mean? He was just trying to put on like this world that Mitch never even
don't be talking
live
like I'm a work hard nigga to get a job, and you've never done that.
Yeah, because
this nigga Yachty said I would never ask you for a job because I know you, nigga.
Yeah.
Like,
I don't think he do it.
I'm surprised he kept a nigga like that around him, which is crazy, especially at your mama crib.
This is homie.
So it's multiple layers to this shit.
It's his homie, so
and he's 3 years older than him too.
Yeah.
But it kind of seemed like Yachty just getting fed up overall with the egos of the people that he's been putting on. Because even like with the caribou situation, it's a similar thing to where like I'm doing this and that for you, but you kind of popping like you're really this person and I made you.
Yeah, I literally made
the way
you.
he made her sounds even like crazier.
Once he dropped the voice memos of that track, it was like, oh shit.
right.
This nigga is just.
But it's also funny too because it's just I don't know. I guess so many women have writers, especially if you're signed to Lil Yachty. Nigga, if I sign a Lil Yachty, nigga, you better write me a hit, nigga.
Yeah,
Fuck
nah.
are we doing? I'm not signing you for no reason.
It's
I
just-
need a hit, nigga. You know what I'm saying? Like,
It's just
goddamn.
funny to think he's just
But
chilling.
there's no shame in it if you're just looking to make a successful music career. If you're looking to be the best rapper in the world, you can't have that attitude. But if you just want good songs and a solid career, yeah, I have no shame, nigga. Write me a fucking record. But I guess niggas do start running around like I did everything myself.
Right.
He said, I dressed all you concrete niggas
Every day.
Every day before you left the house.
Yeah.
Like he was really their father.
Yeah. And nah, they was actually fly as shit. It was
Yeah.
one picture I saw to where I was like, I might listen to this album. Like, they look like the Power Rangers of rap right now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But all right, yeah, let's watch Yachty crash out or the light crash out.
What are we talking about? What the f are we talking about, bro? Now to this Mitch situation. Cause Mitch got me f***ed up. Y'all online talking about some Lil Yachty bullying, disrespecting his friend in front of Key Glock. Bro, I didn't even want to do a podcast, bro. I swear to God, I didn't want to do no podcast, bro. I didn't want to do no podcast, bro. Bro, Mitch came to me like, bro, I need to do something in life. I need to do something in life. Help me out. I said, all right, you know what? I'm gonna give you a platform. I'm gonna find someone to sponsor us, and I'm gonna give you a platform. We're gonna make a podcast, and I'm gonna show people how funny you are. I'm gonna show people how crazy you are. I'm gonna show people like how cool you are, and it's gonna give you a platform. You know what I'm saying? I ain't wanna do no podcast, nigga. I'm a rapper, nigga. Got millions of dollars. I don't need to talk to other rappers. What the f are we talking about? I did the podcast for Mitch. Don't put goddamn $400,000 in Mitch's pocket. And y'all sitting here talking about something. He disrespecting his friend. And I ain't with Mitch, bro. I've been asleep all day. I wake up to this crazy shit. Mitch, how the f you didn't go on the internet and tell these folks that we playing, bro? That tweet got goddamn 6 million views on it. Why the f you ain't going there telling folks we playing? Man, it's Twitter, bro. You know how they is, bro. You know how Twitter is, bro.
It's a good impersonation.
You know how Twitter is, bro. All right, that damn nigga, the podcast, nigga. You, nigga, you and the podcast, nigga.
God.
How about that? I don't give a f about the podcast, nigga. The podcast, nigga. And like, what are we talking about, bro? All I do is help people, bro. I don't get nothing from none of this shit. I help people, bro. All I do is try and help people, bro. The both of them. This Care shit is so crazy to me, bro,
All right,
because
you
it's
can't
like, bro,
pause
Care's not.
The road that Mitch took is a dangerous one. You know what I mean? Because your whole purpose and existence in life can just get poofed away if a nigga decides to not fuck with you no more.
Yeah.
Like, I couldn't have a famous friend and like have that be my life.
He really did put him on in a real way.
You too tied into like, you're too reliant on somebody else for your livelihood.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Well, that happens.
That's an impossible situation to be in.
Yeah,
though.
that's
Like,
how you feel. A lot of people don't feel like that.
Yeah.
I know it happens.
Yeah.
I know that
people
there's
like that.
scallywags out
Oh, for sure. Yeah,
I've heard about them
yeah,
before,
for sure.
but like,
For sure.
nah, man,
It's
I would be
a
too
tricky
uncomfortable.
spot to be in.
Did you
For
see
sure,
the
for
way
sure.
that he was like, "Nick, fuck you"? That was crazy.
Yeah,
And then
it's
imagine if I
because
fuck you, nigga.
because it seems like this is his best friend. That's like if you just got on live one day and started talking like that. Like
Yeah.
if either of y'all did that to each other, I'd be like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
But it's
I know
also,
it wasn't that bad. You know what I'm saying? For you to be doing that.
But it's also like,
Y'all
I don't
think-
know, man. Like, this wasn't a friendship. This was like some symbiotic relationship.
It does feel like
Like
now
when
it feels like that.
Parasocial.
And the best relationships, you can only create friends 3 ways.
Okay.
100% truth, like, you know, thievery, you know, some con shit,
some sort of like savage shit.
some savage shit,
Yeah.
and a traumatic experience. And it
Yeah.
seems like these niggas had at least 2.
Nah,
And it wasn't 100% truth.
Oh,
Sounds like they had one because you forgot the 4th option, which is mutual friends.
Oh yeah.
Possibly.
Yeah,
But these don't,
You just
you
get
don't,
into-
you don't let a nigga spend the night at your mom's crib and he's a mutual friend.
Yo,
that might have been how you met him though. That's what I'm saying. Like how the friendship
Oh, yeah.
spawned. You might have met him through a homie that was a homie.
Somebody living with me and my mom at my mom's house.
Nigga,
my mom really likes that. He's part of my family for real.
Yeah, it's not a regular nigga.
Yeah, for sure. That's a pretty close friend.
Mm-hmm.
But he
that's
said,
as
fuck
close
that
to a stepson that she's getting.
Pretty much, that is a stepson. It's a step. Yeah, but isn't it weird? So if he says fuck that podcast, but he says I'm giving you the platform. I mean, what are the odds that like Mitch owns 60-40?
No, I don't. When he said
or
give,
50-50, you know, like
I don't think he really meant give.
Yeah, because it's like I still
provide.
Own it.
I allow you to.
I will create something that you can live on,
and you can pivot from if you decide to, and you can build on top of.
Yeah, because maybe Yachty's plan. They've been doing this for exactly a year. Maybe Yachty's plan was to take the first year or the term of this Happy Dad brand deal that they have, use that as the time to establish the podcast and Mitch, and then maybe he planned on stepping away anyway because he never wanted to do it anyway.
I don't think Happy Dad
Which
would
makes
like
sense.
That.
Happy Dad might not like that, but
Happy Dad would hate that.
Well, that's the thing.
Because they're investing in Yachty.
But
exactly. Well, so he's staying for the terms of the Happy Dad deal. But it's been around long enough to where even if they left Happy Dad and they were still dropping, I'm still gonna watch. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So you're just using them to where it's like, okay, but now you've been on the inside, you've had a podcast network, nigga. It's on you if this shit fails or not. Pretty much, it's your podcast. But you think Mitch can carry it alone?
But that's kind of crazy. That's kind of like a crazy predicament to put your friend in because Mitch wasn't a great podcaster from the rip, and Yachty was like, all right, let's do this together.
Well, Yachty was the
Yachty provided his essence, his popularity, and so to expect Mitch to be able to carry that on after he leave, that'd be crazy.
Well, personality-wise, I would say that Mitch is my favorite.
Mitch is cool enough, though.
Yeah, I would say Mitch is my favorite, personality-wise.
He might need a co-host.
I think so, too. Well, you also got to remember, like, a lot of this podcast is guest-dependent. They do ones where they're just talking, and I enjoy those a lot as well, too, but it's mainly guest-based.
And he has the
guests are 100% coming through Yachty. So
exactly.
If he ended, but that's the thing. Would y'all not fuck with just a Mitch, a safe space, and no Yachty?
No.
At all.
Well, like, probably not.
Depending on who else he gets as a co-host, I might fuck with it.
It's not even a thing against Mitch or like his funny or his character or nothing, but it's just it wouldn't happen. And I don't like getting rules like that.
You haven't gotten invested enough yet.
I haven't gotten invested enough in Mitch.
Into him.
And I don't like
I'm invested enough where I can try both.
I don't like
so I'm casual enough to where I'm down for
it's
both.
It's gonna be completely guest dependent for me. You know what I'm saying? Like if I see him sitting down with somebody, I'd want to see that. Like that duo.
I don't know if I want I don't know if I want Mitch. I don't think Mitch has to be guest dependent because I remember the episode where I was like, yo, this nigga Mitch is really hilarious. It was just him and Yachty talking. And I was like, this nigga is fucking hilarious. So I don't think I don't think he's guest dependent. I think Yachty's guest dependent, podcasting wise.
Right.
But I don't think Mitch would be. I'm just saying, I think the nigga's
sometimes
funny
it's
enough.
a little easier to shoot from the side than it is to carry.
Yeah, like I'm just saying, I think I've seen, Mitch has made me like, I thought he's funny enough to where I would, if there was another homie that he had, and the stories were just as funny, I'd probably still fuck with it.
Yeah, I'm not
but
saying
the
he'd
stories
be guest
won't be just as
dependent.
funny because
I think they might be.
They won't have as much money behind them.
Yeah, he wouldn't need to be guest dependent though. I was just saying like I probably wouldn't watch until I saw a guest I wanted to see.
Oh yeah. I'm definitely gonna watch the first just because we have to.
Just because you have to, yeah.
Because it's like, well, let's see what this first one is without Yachty, you know?
Yeah.
And like the lane is kind of open for him. There's no famous Mitch.
Yeah, that's a fact.
Especially when you a nigga with like a one-word name, you gotta hope that that's available still. There's no famous Mitch. Like he could take over that whole branding.
This nigga better hurry up. And it's funny. What has he done?
Cool
Does he DJ or something? Has he done anything outside?
I think he's a producer. I don't know. He might have produced for more people outside of Yachty too, but I don't know either.
Is he producing for rappers like that? Because it sounded like he hasn't been making beats that long.
I don't know.
Oh no, he said he's been making beats.
Nah.
Yeah, no, I don't know. I don't know if he's exclusive to like Yachty Productions.
Honestly,
or
if his
I'm about to say, Mitch, send us a beat, man.
If his
Lauren
beat
might
was
sing on that
fired,
shit.
fucking Yachty probably would have already hopped on one, and this nigga Mitch would have already been set.
That's what I'm saying.
I think he has hopped on one.
So then Mitch probably got residuals coming in off that.
You think like Mitch is on Indeed right now?
Oh my god, that'd be hilarious. Podcast host with needs a new home.
Yeah, nigga.
Probably hitting his other rapper friends.
Because you got to think like he just got poofed out of the boat.
That's why like I saw when Yachty was crashing out the other day. I saw a little bit of it, and I was like, here I am. Back on the unpopular opinion side because
Yeah.
I'm like, I understand why a nigga's mad. I'm like, it be
Yeah, 100%,
angering
for sure.
when you making your shit and you doing all of this, and then niggas who
Doing
watch
shit
it
for
for a
niggas.
second and then think that the only thing that goes into it is just what they're seeing
Right.
and think
Right.
everybody there is supposed to be equal. It's like, no, nigga, they're not. So I
facts.
just, I gotta reroute.
That was all on his birthday too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a
And which
horrible
made
way
me
for that
understand the
to-
frustration. Like, yo, imagine if you think in his mind, like, this is the problem. It's like everybody mad because they're like, oh, you probably low broing such and such, and they doing this and that. I'm like, think about it from the perspective of a nigga who feels like, I already have this. I'm successful. I've done this. I do all the work. I care enough about my friend and people or whatever that I'm trying to do all this extra thing and putting all this money into it and all this to make it successful. And then you have to watch and deal. It is. People need to accept that being famous or being visible or having followers or having money does not make human beings any less susceptible to criticism, especially
Yeah.
criticism by thousands and tens of thousands of people. So imagine you doing all of that and only to see niggas shitting on you on your thing, and then you feel like niggas ain't even saying nothing for you. This shit make you crash out.
Yeah, I
You
was
tend
about
to
to say.
handle criticism worse than most people because, like, being famous, a lot of your stock is what people's perception of you
Exactly.
is.
Yeah, for sure.
So it matters a lot more than just the
Exactly.
regular. Like you, well, not us maybe, but like a regular person might go to the store and the biggest thing they got to worry about is like, what's the nigga gonna think about my haircut for real?
Right, yeah.
And then it's like it's for that 15 minutes and then
And
it's
I mean,
over.
those
But
are
they
random
gotta
people.
live that
It's
shit
really you
24
just
hours.
living it with your friends for,
You know what
or
I
your
mean?
coworkers for that first week that it's like you're waiting for it to wolf back out.
I agree
Whatever
with that
it is.
Yachty situation though. I think Mitch should have like posted something. You feel me? He left it
Yeah.
too open in the air.
Like my thing, the Yachty situation. The way I feel on it is like it's less whether I think the guys are wrong. I don't think that he's wrong or that any one of them is wrong or right. It's just like I understand how niggas get
It
to
all
cashing
made
out.
sense.
It's just that simple. Not
It
that
did
it
make
makes him
sense.
right. I just understand how it happens. Like you be like fucking pissed off. Like
And
you,
that's he held it in.
yeah.
Oh,
that's what it
shit.
is. Like
But
niggas
you
like
have
caribou
reasons to be
things
pissed off though,
Bro,
like good
The
reasons.
caribou thing, that was funny
It's
because he
happening
was
all at the
like,
same time.
he's like, Caribou is still in the hole for $900,000.
Yeah,
I said, damn, this nigga is
That shit's
like,
crazy.
no, I'm checking the receipts. Stop
Yes.
playing with me.
Niggas be mad.
Yeah,
and I'm
yeah.
like, I understand that.
Said,
Like
I clothed you niggas.
yeah, like I really get it, honestly.
He
My
said,
opinion's more
I
over the
dressed
years.
you niggas before
Every
you
day.
left the house.
Yeah.
Every day.
I'm telling you, like I
That
remember,
was crazy.
That means
So you
he-
can
that
only
mean-
imagine what they had for breakfast.
Yeah.
That means he
was
bathed
crazy.
him before.
No, that was really crazy. And it was all on his birthday. Or
Yeah,
the night
he put in a
before his
lot of time to
birthday.
put her on based on what he did, that shit said.
Nigga, he wrote verses. He
yeah,
slowed
come
down
on. He
beats.
took a lot of
It
his
was
time to make sure
serious.
she was good.
yeah, no, my opinions
And she
change
gonna
over
call
the
him
years.
by his government name.
With Mitch?
I get
No, Miles.
Miles.
She's like, "Stop
Because when
bullying
I
me,
saw that, I was
Miles."
like, wow, that's funny. But then I saw a tweet that said Lil Yachty is like the Meek Mill of this new generation. Like in terms of that outside talking fucks him up. Because remember before then, it was the whole fashion thing.
bro. Every person cares. It's just like everybody gives a fuck.
Yeah.
Most people give a fuck. It's just that simple. Every celebrity, you're not seeing it. The problem is people only know who they're checking for or what they're like. The media decided to talk about it. Every celebrity, everybody who's a public figure, everybody with a platform is cussing somebody out, saying something, being annoyed by some comments, being upset. If you were actually in their main fan base, you would see it. You know what I mean? On a
Facts,
constant
facts.
basis. Because
You
people
go
are
to war
just,
for niggas.
yeah, people are just people. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like at the end of the day, niggas saying shit about you that you just fucking, you disagree with, you don't like, you don't whatever, and while you going through your life, you be mad. It's just that simple. Some days I wake up and I'm like, the first thing I see is niggas talking shit about me. I'm like, you know what I mean? Before I done took my
Yeah.
meds, I done smoked, I done chilled
Well, not
out.
niggas. Because black men love black women.
But yeah,
Style the
I
people.
think I think like that's not true. Like people just do this thing where like when a celebrity is on the hot seat, they start doing them like that. Yachty is a very relatively unproblematic like
He is.
artist. Always has been.
Extremely.
has
They've been
done
trying to
that.
get him the fuck up out of here for the
Relatively,
last
yeah.
like 6 months.
So,
He's not
like,
going
I'm like-
nowhere, man.
yeah.
They not about to like convince
Just-
me of a
just
whole new
socially,
narrative of
though.
the nigga because he crashed out one time. To me,
Yeah.
that was like validating. It actually let me know how frustrating it is to have a podcast and like these internet audiences. Because I was like, Yachty been famous for
Or
dumb
that.
long. Yachty ain't even let Joe Budden screaming in his face make him trip out too much.
Right.
He's
Facts,
never
facts.
been a crash out
He
nigga.
always
been
He did a
collected.
little bit of podcasting and was like, fuck this. I'll stop fucking doing this.
And-
Fuck you niggas. And I understood that because I've been like that. But like
No,
only in
yeah.
friends, I've been in niggas
He
like,
said, I only did this to put you on,
And
nigga.
it wasn't
I
even
said,
a podcast, and it was that you was looking out for your disciples, and they didn't follow the gospel.
That's what it is.
He
Like,
disrespected you in the end, and all you tried to do was feed niggas.
And he felt like he created a longer road by helping him create the podcast.
imagine you went out of your way, you think, to be like a wholesome, unproblematic artist that's only ever been really likable, and you've never really even been on the receiving end of how people treat you when they think that about you, and then suddenly, in doing an endeavor that in your mind you were doing because you care about this person so much, that's where the public perception becomes that you are a piece of shit friend or you treat niggas that you will fucking, and the nigga don't say nothing for you. I understand how he crashed out. Don't make him right. It does not. That's not me saying he's right. I'm saying I understand.
You would have done the same.
Exactly how it happened. No, I avoid crashing out. AJ can tell you people do shit to me all the time, like big shit, and I send it to AJ. I don't crash out on the internet.
You crash out on FaceTime.
Yeah, so all right, so let's talk about this real quick. So this is gonna be a Twitter space blend. So this young lady, Camilla, I've actually talked to her before on Spaces. She's very cool. She does Bible studies as well on Twitter Spaces.
Why'd you say that? Was that like a character?
Yeah.
Why'd you laugh when you said Bible study?
Are you trying to
She's
prevent us?
very cool. And
I think he's trying to prevent us from saying something else.
I'm not.
Yeah.
I'm trying to.
That's what you're doing.
I'm
You
cutting.
brought
all,
God
say
into
nothing
this.
about it.
no. I'm cutting all the grace before we start listening to how she sounds in these.
Okay.
So I just want y'all to know she is a cool person. She does Bible studies. She's nice, but she is Mitch's ex-girlfriend. And you remember when they were having the cousin fucker story?
Yeah.
She's the cousin.
That's the cousin. Cousin by marriage too. Cousin by marriage. But that is the cousin. That is the cousin story. This is the cousin.
That's cousin by marriage don't count. I don't believe in it.
It doesn't.
Yeah.
It doesn't.
There's no
but
step cousins.
the story, it makes it sound better.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah.
like this nigga fucking his cousin. You know that sounds better. But So
It's crazy. I didn't even hear what she said. I just heard the response that Yachty said.
yeah. So let's listen to what she says.
Give women a chance.
Yo, I'm sorry. This shit got me mad as fuck. Like, I'm so, like, and Mitch, I know you finna be mad as hell. I know you finna be mad as hell because you hate when I come to the internet, but I can't. Like, this nigga took it to the internet. This nigga Boat took it to the internet. So let's take it to the fucking internet. Because I'm somebody that's been there since 2019. When you put your fucking career to the fucking side to be this nigga's everything, manager, role manager, creative director, all that shit. Who was fucking sending them meetings? Every time I fucking called my ex-boyfriend, he was in a fucking meeting for your stupid ass. And you gonna sit up here and say, oh, like, all I ever did was help you. Nigga, you hired the nigga. Fuck you mean? That's his job. The fuck is you talking about? Like, you really have some fucking nerve. And I've stayed quiet for fucking years. I ain't never said shit to this nigga, but high and by when I came over. And I let a lot of shit, like I've been telling Mitch you was a bogus ass nigga. I've been saying that shit. Cause you're a bogus ass nigga and now it's finally getting fucking exposed, you bitch ass nigga, and I dare you. I fucking dare a motherfucker to say I'm fucking lying. I want somebody to say I'm fucking lying. I want one of y'all concrete niggas to say I'm fucking lying. Cause I will really get into y'all real tea. Cause you know what? I've been around for years and I've been quiet and I've just been observing and I've just been collecting shit on y'all niggas. Don't fucking make me, you don't know what the fuck I know. Don't fucking make me really do it to y'all niggas. Don't make me fucking do it to y'all niggas.
She hosts Bible studies?
That's why I preface everything
I
with
know
that.
virgin. The bitch not holy.
But
Even God
nigga,
says,
woo,
damn.
woo, woo.
So
Yeah,
yeah,
she sound like my girl when she's pissed
this was
off.
not necessary at all.
Nah.
Because it's not like, you know, but she just hates that nigga from back in the day.
Yeah.
Hates Yachty.
And she was just trying to find her way to get up in on it. And she even prefaced it
It's
like,
hard to not look at it as a cloudy move.
especially when you
You
start
know
off
what I
like,
mean?
Mitch, I know you're going to hate me for this.
And on top of that, there's another space where she was like, it's like she's doing a lot to attach herself to the situation, even though she doesn't want the attention. It's like,
maybe Jesus actually.
But also saying that she's always been saying, like, her saying that she's been telling Mitch that Yachty's a bogus nigga forever is also like a thing. If I'm Yachty, like, okay, so your bitch is talking about me to you, and what the fuck?
That's what women do.
yeah, that
but
that doesn't
kinda
feel as
like-
bad.
It doesn't feel bad, but if I'm
nothing.
already feeling funky about a nigga, I might wonder if he was participating in like that shit. Like, why is she?
Why she feel comfortable to keep venting to you about me? Yeah, it depends on how much it's happening.
That's
Why-
kind of what I was getting at.
Wait,
No, I see what you're saying.
you saying you having a problem with Mitch's girl talking to Mitch about Yachty?
continuously. Like if you keep
If
venting
every
to
time,
me about
if you're always talking shit about my homie,
yeah, like then what
But
the fuck?
it depends on the
back and-
context. Like if it's in relation to how my homie might be treating me,
is being
that-
treated on
Okay,
a regular
okay,
basis.
girl
okay,
is
okay.
supposed-
That's fair.
that's
That's
your
fair.
girl's
That's fair.
job. Like
That's fair.
I don't think that he's doing that good.
Yeah.
Right, yeah. If it's like every other week, something's happening, especially if you coming home like, Yachty did this, and you know it kind of fucks up what we had originally planned. Then it's like, I was like, all right, nigga, like I told you I don't fuck with. How many times do you have to do? So I can get that for sure.
Yeah, that makes sense. That's what they
Taking the
do.
lane
Man. They
up
complain about.
She said some real shit. She was on Spaces today, and she did say some real shit. She was like, the only thing, she's like, one of the worst things about this is like, this kind of ruins my future dating because I'm crashing out for my ex. Like I'm kind of crashing out for my ex, and now it looks like I'm not over him.
I forgot that important caveat.
This is an ex. It's not. This is not the current relationship.
This does make it different.
Yeah,
Because if they were still together, or even if like recently broken up and they still kind of fucking there,
Also a family friend though.
that's exactly what I was about to say. I was like, it makes it different because it's not just my ex. It's my family too.
It's your step cousin.
No, it's his cousin.
Yeah. It's a family
By
friend.
marriage.
It's family. Long
It's a
story
step
short,
cousin,
and I
yeah.
might not never get over that shit.
Yeah, yeah.
On some family shit.
Oh
Yeah,
my
because he
God.
got to come to the reunions with his head held high. Like, you know, you want to make sure he's feeling confident still.
And just know that my
You lost
family's
his rich
my
friend, but you
family's out
still
here
mad
riding
at
for me.
us. Yeah.
That's like Camilla.
The Kool-Aid tastes
My
better
bad, I
when
think
there's
it's just
tension
Camille.
at the cookout.
Yeah, just Camille.
Just
Barbecue,
Camilla. I think it's
so.
a Camilla. My
The
bad.
fuck? Yeah, nah, I wouldn't.
Yeah, let's watch this because I think this is funny as fuck. I think
Did he know it was her cousin? His cousin?
they found out like a year or two into the relationship because they dated for like 3.
So
I
for
think.
you to sit up here and act like, oh, I put this onto the podcast, because that podcast wouldn't be without him. Don't nobody watch that for your mush mouth having ass. Don't nobody watch that for you. People watch that for him. And let's really get into the tea. People really watch that shit because of me. Because you're the one that brought up the fact that I was the cousin. You brought that shit up because you wanted to try to clown and humiliate them. And yeah, that shit is about me. So who's really giving you the clout for that podcast? Me. Because that's the running joke on y'all.
So
You're a clown.
So that was a stretch,
Yeah, that was
but I'm not mad at the stretch.
Way to insert yourself, Shawty.
I'm
Like,
not,
oh
I'm
my
not mad at the
God.
stretch. I was like, fuck it. She just at this point, it's up for everything for her. So she's like, fuck it.
God.
shit. The only reason y'all funny because I'm related to this nigga.
Yeah.
It sounds about right though. She's an Atlanta chick. They try to find any way out, nigga.
I think STL is St. Louis, so I think
To
it's
Atlanta.
St. Louis to Atlanta. Yeah.
Yeah, but your point stands.
Yeah.
St. Louis too, nigga.
Yeah, nigga, she in Atlanta.
How many people running from St. Louis to Atlanta just to try to get to LA?
I don't
Okay,
know
so
though.
this is Yachty responding.
No, okay.
Doesn't Yachty just sound we'll just play it.
Sound tired.
Hold on. Hey, bitch. You dumb broad. This was telling you lies just to get away from you, ho. What is you talking about, ho? They talking about all the times you called him. He was in meetings. Mitch ain't never did no meetings for me, nigga. Fuck is you talking about? It wasn't me, bro. Stop playing with me, ho. You're not even a factor in this, bro. You was really a that he just used to use to sleep at your house, ho. I ain't never stole $1 from Mitch, nigga. Mitch been living with me since 10 years ago. When I ain't even have a cent, nigga. When I lived in my mama's house, he lived with me. Hell is you talking about, ho? You really starting some shit you don't know what you talking about. You don't know nothing you talking about, ho. What are you saying, bruh? I ain't never stole $1 from that. If anything, I helped him out. I dare you. Mitch, you better get this hoe, bruh. You better get this hoe, bruh, if I really tell it how it is, bruh. Ain't never did nothing for me. Fuck is you talking about, ho? Put this shit to the side for me, ho. What is you talking about? You got some dirt on me? Put it on the light. If you got some dirt, bring it to the light, ho. So we can really tell everything how it is. We tell everything how it is, ho. Cause I know about you. You's a that just you gave a place to sleep. You gave that nigga a place to sleep, ho. He's leaving your place. Stop playing with me, ho.
Yeah.
This the cousin we be talking about. This the cousin. Like from the podcast, somebody the cousin, like the cousins, like ho, you dumb, you weird ass. Stop playing with me. God.
That was beautiful. He managed to disregard her existence and acknowledge her at the same time. Like, he didn't even tag her. He said, whatever the hoe at is.
Yeah, right.
It's just, she'll find this shit.
Yeah, he ain't never amped on a bitch before.
That's hilarious.
man.
Ever.
What do you mean?
Like
You've never seen him do it, or you feel like by
It
his
feels like that was the
vernacular?
first time he's called a woman a hoe, a bitch. That felt like the first time.
You got to put some more respect on Yachty. I think he's normally around respectable women that he doesn't have to do that to. But, you know, Ho really tried him this time.
He's
Yeah,
not
he did.
around respect.
He
Ho
did.
really tried him.
Yeah, he's not. He's definitely
He's
not.
not.
I think he's just used to keep it.
Yachty's not around respect.
No.
You don't think
No.
Yachty's around respectable women?
No, I'm saying he's
Absolutely
not
No.
around respectable women.
You don't think Yachty's around respect? I think that
No, we
Yachty's
don't. Hey,
hoes
we're
are
saying
eloquent.
no.
Hell no.
We're
I
saying
think
no.
Yachty's hoes are eloquent, nigga.
His hoes are possibly, but not the ones that he's around. Being around is
Yeah.
or just around. Like
Yeah.
Well, I mean, when
he's
you
in the music industry. It's
nigga,
ain't
he a
nothing but
rapper. He
terrible
got
hoes.
millions of dollars. He's around who he wants to be around.
Not all the time.
Yeah,
He's
no.
around
Not
who
all
he
the
wants to
time.
be around.
Yeah, you can't
Key
escape the
Glock,
pores.
Key Glock,
You
Key
think
Glock was
Jay-Z
smoking in his house, and he was too afraid to say, "Can you put that out?" So
I mean, he invited the nigga over, but that's different.
yeah, that shit was.
In your
He was.
room, though.
That's
He
different.
was like, "That's the first blunt that's been lit on this podcast in my bedroom,
Yeah,
in this
nah.
entire house."
Yeah,
And
nah.
Key Glock was just like, "Yeah, Sage." I said, "Yo, this nigga don't get the hit at all." But that's on Yachty. He didn't. He was
He was cooling.
He didn't want to tell him to put it
I was
out.
about to say.
He didn't mind it that much, clearly.
He minded it. He looked bothered. You ain't seen that clip.
He looked bothered. I mean, like, I believe he looked bothered, but
Yeah.
he ain't kicked the nigga out, so he wasn't that bothered.
Yeah.
He was like, let me do this.
I mean, but it don't sound like
podcast I
Yachty
wanna
really
do.
amp on too many people in general. So
At
it sounds
all.
like he don't really have his
He hasn't. He
I'm
doesn't. He
telling
hasn't
you.
been there.
Yeah, he don't
doesn't
gotta
go
be
there
there
all
sounds
the
like
time.
Mitch need to grow up too.
Yachty lives a peaceful existence, but I
Yeah.
think that you're also any
Mitch-
nigga that don't have a job and is probably 30 needs to
Mitch
grow
need
up.
to grow up. Like the fact that he thinks that Yachty is tripping means like he's not mentally aware
And on top
of
of
like
that, now that I know that Yachty's doing all this for him, he was late to the Joe Budden episode,
Yeah, he was.
and Yachty was like, "Wow, you're late to the podcast."
yeah.
It was like, "Nigga, I wouldn't even be here if it was for you,
Yeah.
nigga." Like,
You late to your job.
right? Yeah,
This is your shit.
Nigga, you're a
this shit that
handout.
yeah, nigga, fuck that. I could be doing a lot of things in New York right now.
Yeah.
And talking to Joe Budden is not on high on the list. You know what I'm saying?
Mitch was also supposed to be on Flagrant. And they
He
had mentioned
was.
it, but they didn't say why. They was just like, yo, Mitch is supposed to be here.
Mitch reminds
Is
me
Mitch
of
lazy?
Probably
like,
in Bible study.
Is Mitch lazy?
Mitch reminds me of like
Is Mitch lazy? Is a nigga who's 30 years old with a rich, famous friend lazy? No, he's a genius, nigga. He's he's wormed his way through life in a perfect manner. Like it's
He's really done
like
it.
I'm trying to think of another example.
Mitch reminds me of house phone.
No,
Like you know
no.
the same
I
way
see what
niggas
you're
was
saying,
looking
though.
at house phone. They're both in the same.
I'm not mad at that.
spot.
Big
I see- I
difference.
see
I'm not
what
mad
you're
at that.
saying,
Big
bro.
difference. House
Drug
phone
abuse.
had his own equity.
That
House phone had a fashion. He had his own.
that came later though.
but it came later. But he did it.
High rollers came post. High rollers came at the end of No Jumper.
But he did it.
His
Though.
like last year or two.
And was it funded by Adam?
No. It was 100% him.
That's what I'm saying. That's the
Yeah.
that's the major difference. He got it. He pulled his bootstraps, nigga.
Okay,
yeah, but
so-
that was after like
so
6-7 years.
So house phone was a bum on the
I don't know
move,
how. I don't know
but
how long
Mitch is
these
a
niggas have
hobo.
been.
6-7 years. I feel like House Phone was probably doing like home tattoos for niggas. Like he had something.
House Phone was selling reposts on SoundCloud.
Yeah.
He was going crazy with that shit. Yo, that shit was funny, bro. Because I remember one time there was this video on like No Jumper, and he had like all this expensive like vintage shit on. And I was like, "How did you get the money?" So this nigga's doing like a fit check, but he was like, "Gucci hat off the repost." You know what I'm saying? Just like I was like, "Yo,"
shit.
but that nigga would send DMs out and then just like repost like 50 to 100 people's fucking SoundCloud song.
Yeah.
And he's getting $20 a pop off of hitting the fucking off a fucking retweet button.
Where's that hustle from Mitch? That's what I'm saying. There's a different
that I
level
don't know.
of,
Yeah,
of
I don't know.
sweat equity being put in.
Yeah,
It's still the same. Like it's still two homeless people. One just has the vigorness to like strive for more.
yeah. To
Or
get
one,
money.
that's
one
an
wants to
important-
keep up his habits.
Yeah,
and in keeping up your
yeah,
habits,
yeah.
you have to do certain things.
Right, facts.
You
You
do,
get what I mean?
but I mean, I don't blame a junkie
But
for having
Mitch,
ambition.
that's the problem. Mitch don't even seem like he has a drug habit. So there's nothing for him to even strive
Drugs
for.
might help him to keep working harder, right?
Sometimes you need something to live for.
Yeah.
Nah, no. You think that Mitch is gonna do?
I need to make money so I can buy more weed.
You think Mitch is gonna do drugs and try to get a job after that? That's
I'm
hustling backwards for a junkie.
But if you
Nah, I'm
if
not
you
gonna
do
lie.
the
You
drugs,
right.
but if
When
you do
I've
the
seen-
drugs and
yeah.
get addicted, you need to work harder to get more drugs.
No, you really do.
But
Because
you-
I've seen a couple of these documentaries, nigga, like them niggas that are addicted to like dog food,
Yeah.
meth and shit like that. They are hustling like $300 to $500 a day.
Just so they
like,
can get-
just
yeah.
so they can get the
And
drug.
even-
and there's
Yeah.
people
Yeah.
working honest, hard-working jobs not getting that
and
shit.
if you take it,
But that's what I'm saying. He's not gonna get an honest, hardworking job to get that money every day.
Yeah.
But that's what
It's not going to turn him into a better person.
But we're
He's
just
just going to
saying-
be freeloading on Skid Row instead of in Atlanta and Yachty mentioned.
but that's the thing that you talked about, how House Phone is different. That's what made him different.
Right.
That yearn for that white girl.
He needed
is
the
what
white
kept
girl
him-
and new clothes.
Exactly.
He
Yeah.
always wanted white girls and new clothes.
He
So
had
hustled.
goals. Those are goals.
Yeah.
Mitch is
Right.
he's an aimless individual.
And if he had,
and when you're aimless, you have no hustle.
but if he had,
Because
that's
there's
what we're
nothing to
saying.
hustle
If he
for.
had a slight Adderall addiction, oh my god,
I think
nigga would be incredible.
Yeah, he'd be lit.
he makes some money, but he ain't going.
But I think that's
Ain't
pretty
gonna
much
be
it about
much.
this. Actually, we'll watch this Office Hours A Brown music because this has to deal with the situation.
What up, Homeroom University?
What up,
A
Bob?
Brown Music. Yo, in light of the Yachty Mitch breakup, you know, if it is a breakup, if it lasts, who do y'all think Mitch would work with in the podcast space? Like, I know they with Full Sin or whatever. Do you think that he could make a urban type podcast, or would he have to get with one of them Full Sin guys? Let me know. All right,
One of the Full Sin guys, man. I don't even.
I don't
like. Imagine somebody was saying this about you. Like, man, you left that one nigga nutsack. Who nutsack you jumping on next to?
Yeah.
That's a crazy thing.
If he continues, I honestly don't think. I guess depends on how close of a friendship they really have and if they can work past this. But I
Man.
mean, it seems like Yachty is fucking done. So
If I was Mitch.
if they're
either
actual,
way,
my fault, but if they're actual homies, this
is
is
nothing.
fixable.
yeah, if it's actual homies, this
They're
is light
real
work.
friends. This
Yeah,
is,
yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
It
yeah,
sounds
then
like they haven't been real friends for that long, and I don't even like saying that because I don't know for sure.
Right,
But like,
right.
if you know, over something that small and petty, bro.
But if I think the Happy Dad, the Full Send deal is on the ropes as well, if not just completely gone. If this podcast does end, I don't see that Full Send deal completing.
I was about
at
to say,
all.
I think
I don't see that happening.
he should definitely tap into that white audience. Go straight Barstool.
Mitch,
Yeah.
I think Mitch would like white people.
Mitch
love
don't have
Mitch.
enough equity by himself though.
But it,
You really
it would
don't.
build, it would take a couple appearances, which you know he should
He
have
would
been.
have to start a new podcast. It wouldn't even be a safe space no
I
more.
think white people would love Mitch.
Yeah, how would he reach their market though?
I think he
First
could do,
episode, he has to shit on all the. He has to get his cousin up there. Yeah, that's number one. His ex-girlfriend cousin. That has to be episode 1 to set it off, and then that episode 1 is shitting on Lil Yachty.
But if he does that, he's proven her point. Y'all niggas need me.
and he could just do like yeah.
Yeah, but that's the thing with niggas with a lot of clout. It's like I think they'll always fall back on that. Like you weren't able to do this without that. Okay, like the crazy Drake fans, they were saying, "Isn't it sad how?" Like I heard a certain amount of them saying, "Isn't it sad how Kendrick had to like say Drake's name just to go number 1?" Like
Which is
that's how.
crazy.
I was like, okay, relax, like,
Yeah.
relax, my nigga.
Yeah.
Like
He does that
Kendrick ain't no
regularly.
fucking
Yeah.
bum, and he's also in the middle of a beef, and he beat him. So it's like
It was his first number 1 though, right?
it wasn't his first number 1. It was just like his most streamed
Word.
or something
It was-
like
okay.
that.
I
But
thought
it was some light shit. You know what I mean? To
Yeah.
where it's like, okay, bro, like relax. I understand Drake's name holds a lot of weight in the algorithm, but it ain't that fucking serious. This is still Kendrick Lamar, bro.
Yeah.
Nigga, you never know. If you defend Drake hard enough on Twitter, he might start a pod with you. You might be able to live off this.
That'd be fucking crazy.
You don't catch that vibes cartel disease.
That's what the problem with Mitch was, though. He wasn't defending the bag.
He damn sure
He
wasn't
didn't
defending.
protect the
He damn
president.
sure was not defending the bag.
You supposed to be Secret Service on Twitter,
Yeah,
nigga.
nah.
No, that's a whole fact. Yeah, no.
You
that's
letting
a whole fact.
assassination
That's
attempts
insane.
get off?
Yeah.
He wasn't even smart enough to know that he's like suicide bombing himself.
You know
he's
what I mean?
kamikazing
Yeah.
himself.
That's
By
why I
trying
don't
to-
like handouts. I don't like taking nothing from nobody. Nah,
And
But
it's
no,
also
you know,
they weren't real. To what you said, you were like they were real friends, bruh.
If-
no nigga,
Yeah.
I like the situation when I was giving you know, the homie like money every now and then.
Yeah.
How many times can you give a nigga something before like you start to think, okay, this nigga's not my friend and he's trying to use me?
That's a YouTube short too. I think that we have.
That's a YouTube
that
short. Go find it.
That shit was
Yeah.
funny.
But it's
What
like,
was your question again?
How many times can you give a nigga something before you start the questions? It's like, are
Does
we
this
even
nigga really
friends?
fuck with me? Yeah,
Three.
right.
Three.
Or
It depends on what he's asking for. But like once you get to that third ask, this is a pattern. This is habitual.
Yeah.
Because 1, all right, cool. 2, you know, you fuck up. 3,
Yeah.
you're trying to establish something.
I feel like for me,
pattern.
I feel like
pattern
for
of
me, like
behavior.
when you're over 30, the amount is the real thing. Like if you ask me for junkie amounts, I'm pissed off.
What you
like,
think, like $12?
You don't ask me for $20. You know what I'm saying? Like
40
or something like that. Like, what do you? Because you have
35.
It's got to be like 500 or more almost.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, you have to have grown up issues, and they don't cost $20.
Yeah.
Whatever you need that 20 for, it is not. You don't need that shit.
Right,
Exactly.
You do
that's a
not
fact.
need it. Period.
Exactly.
So yeah, that like 30 plus. Don't you dare ask me for nothing less than 500. I either have it or I don't. But even if it's 500 and all I got is 50 to 75, I can at least I know there's a bigger goal.
Yeah.
You ask me for fucking $20, nigga. I just think you're on some junkie shit.
Yeah.
Maybe, but I'm kind of the opposite with that. Like, don't ask me for $500. That seems
you're
like
also
an
not over
egregious
30.
ass. Like,
You're right.
oh, you did preface it with over
Yeah,
30.
yeah,
I was
yeah.
like,
Not over 30.
maybe.
Yeah, over 30.
Oh, niggas
Real world
over 30
problems.
just be borrowing $500?
No, but you should
I always
be
imagine
borrowing
niggas
small
over
amounts
30
is what he's
borrow
saying.
like,
Yeah, you
like
should not
power
be borrowing.
tools.
No, you shouldn't be borrowing small amounts.
Like
is
you
the
should
real
get it
thing.
out the mud as much as you can,
I'm-
and when something
exactly.
crazy happens, like
I'm short
that's
on
when
my
you need to
mortgage.
reach. Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
$200 away from my mortgage.
Nigga, I need
That
help.
I can help you
for
with.
sure.
You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? Because
yeah.
you already did the other 900.
Exactly.
I can. You're just short, and you're not even. You might not even be short. The money's dropping next week. Type
Right,
shit.
right,
Yeah.
right.
$200 for my mortgage?
There's nothing wrong
No,
with
no, no.
helping.
That's what you have left.
Yeah.
You've already paid majority.
Yeah, I know,
of
but
it.
I don't know. That seems like a crazy ass too.
It's reasonable though. You can accept it in your brain.
You can accept it.
Because if you was in that situation, it's like, you know,
I think I'd rather buy you drugs. Quick little $35 here, nigga.
No, not me.
500?
and you're gonna give me a nigga a KD for 500.
What's wrong with that?
We're also talking about real friends.
You make it
with time
stretch
in
you
the
a
game,
junkie.
So.
You said what?
So you're also talking about real friends with time in the game.
Yeah, of course,
Yeah,
of
yeah,
course,
of
of course.
Well,
But
yeah,
nah.
I don't know what they're gonna do, and honestly, I don't know if this podcast will last. And if that podcast does break up, I don't see it staying on Full Send Network or whatever they call that thing anyway.
And if you're over 30 and you've helped somebody with a mortgage before, put that in the comments. I'm curious. I'm gonna do some
Oh,
some
there's definitely
surveys.
there's gonna be a lot in there for sure. Shit, y'all helped me with my pet surgery, nigga. I just didn't have it.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, but that's a little different though.
It's not, but I'm asking for an adult amount.
Yeah.
You are, but not
Like,
from one person.
Like if my dog's health was just depending on like 500, I can get 500.
Yeah.
3,500
Yeah.
is completely different. Like, you know,
Nigga, I just asked for adult help. Nigga, they
Yeah.
told me I needed a new engine in my car.
yeah.
And that shit was gonna be $9,000.
Shit.
I would have had an A for you.
See, yeah, that ain't doing shit.
I would have had an A.
That ain't doing
But
nothing.
then, nigga, smoke
That ain't
away your
doing nothing.
troubles.
Yeah, exactly, to help the issue. But yeah, let's look over at this though.
Black and
This will
mild.
be a quick one too, honestly, because I just saw like a random video.